You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Good? Yeah. Alright, cool. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Stan Deezy.
Y'all already done.
Welcome to another edition of Speak Up Podcast. Still with our Black History Month shit. Got my man right here. Introduce yourself.
Strider. Nice to meet you guys.
Appreciate
Thank you for coming.
Formally on camera. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Filmmaker based out of New York City.
Okay.
Born in Brooklyn, raised. You know what I mean? So, I'm here.
Definitely. So, yeah, man. So for the viewers to know, so who is Strider?
I'm Strider. I mean, that's a general question, but I'm a kid that grew up in Brooklyn. I'm from Bronzeville. Grew up in the hood. You know what I mean? I've always been creative though, so that just kind of drove me to elevate myself from that environment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a filmmaker. I'm an artist. Primarily, like, I just see myself as a Renaissance man or neo-Renaissance man. If I get what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, my goal as a young black man, as I grow, is to teach the youth. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, what I do what I do, so that down the line my legacy can be seen and be tangible. You know what I'm saying? So,
Started people pretty much.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So it's like Strider your real name or that's the name you chose?
Strider's the name that I chose, and when people ask me what it means, I usually like denote it to 3 different meanings. The first meaning is that the word stride means to take long, decisive steps in a certain direction. So I'm constantly striding to success, and
So when you reach to that platform, you could just drop the name because you reached to where you had to go to.
I mean, honestly,
but for now, like that's like your, your
such thing.
Right.
There's another goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna say that.
I mean, yeah, it is. You don't want to limit yourself. That's a fact. But
Exactly.
but when you reach to a certain level of performance that way you want to obtain, you like, okay, I'm there. What else I can fucking do?
Well, the way I really tackle the game is like, Strider is the name that I'm known as. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But professionally, let's say if I get hired to direct a short film or a big budget film, my screen name is gonna be Darnell O'Brien. That's my real name, Darnell O'Brien, and I have no problem saying that or presenting that. But my brand is Strider,
Right.
and my film company is Strider TV. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? As a nickname, I would prefer to be called Strider, but on some platforms you can't. In some places you can't say, "Yo, I'm Strider." You know what I mean? Like,
I'm the type of person like, listen, fuck you. You're gonna take me or take me for who the fuck I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey man,
But I see where you're coming from
Yeah.
on a professional business
Exactly.
standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even though that may be professional in my own light, and probably in y'all light as well, like, but at the same time, it's like we're black professionals. We're black independent. Whatever we do, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm a filmmaker. I'm a film director. But this is a white man's game. Like, not to sound like I'm biased or racist or anything like that. But this is how they play, and I gotta be able to know their game to even move up.
My guy.
You know what I mean? So,
And to correct you, this is anybody's game.
right.
We the motherfuckers that's playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
Let the people that's not experienced play checkers. Well, we can teach them to play chess, but if they're willing to step in the big leagues and play chess with us,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So it's a white. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's a. Yeah, it's a white game. White man's game. It was our game first. They took it away from us. But the creation the job that we have to excel to become what we want to be, this is our game. It don't have to. I mean, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
But it don't have to be their game. It could be our game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
For certain doors, you gotta play by their rules.
Well, when I say a white man's game, I'm not particularly trying to say that, oh, we're in a white man's world.
right.
What I am saying is that the film industry,
Right.
when it comes to money and, you know what I mean, who they hire,
Right.
like if I can't just wake up one day, I mean, I could wake up one day and say, yo, I want to make a movie,
Right.
and I could do that
Mhm.
with the resources that's available to me. But if I plan to move up in that Hollywood world where you see Marvel movies and all that, and my name to be out there, I got to play with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's how they move, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm just aware of it.
Right.
You know
I
what I'm
had
saying?
somebody tell me, they was like, yo, I give you 20, if someone was to give you $20 million right now, you still wouldn't be able to get a Hollywood movie done.
Exactly.
You gotta play ball.
Exactly.
Without them, you're not doing nothing, no matter how much money you got.
Hmm. But I will say though, I am thankful for the last couple of years because I've seen like black actors, black directors, black producers really coming out with industry level content like Black Panther, Get Out. You know what I mean? Jordan Peele, and you know what I mean? Like all these things is coming out, and it's just like it's not just it's only Tyler Perry. You get what I'm saying?
You can't forget about Queen and Slim.
Right, of course, but you know what I mean that's all like motivation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
So,
And then that was written by 2 lesbian writers.
Mm.
And
I
then
didn't even know that.
yeah, so for them to create that and just like Lena Weth, the same person we discussed off camera, she was the one that created
okay.
The Shine.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I started to watch this this series on Netflix called Dear White People.
Mm. I've
Yeah,
seen
I
it.
heard that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
type
seen
dope.
it, though.
It's dope. It's interesting. It tells you more dynamics on the separation on college life between black and white.
That's
That there's a black girl. She has a radio. You know what I'm saying? She has a voice, and she want to put a stand until segregated. Certain colleges segregated from the whites and the blacks, and how like some blacks is like they think that they want to fit into the mold to be around the white surroundings so they can fit in and mold themselves to excel. But you can excel with your own people too. You don't need the white to help you excel. Now, if they show you if they show you a rope for you to hang on and to try to like lead you to the where you want to be, then okay. But if they could just use you just to use you, then it's like, what's the point of you being in presence? You know what I'm saying?
You know, to touch on that too, like I haven't seen that show, but while I was in LA, right, I was shooting a music video,
Right.
and we just so happened to drive by UCLA. Now, mind you, I know there's a black girl from UCLA. You know, there's like a black community there. You know, a lot of there's black people everywhere. But I'm saying like there's black students in UCLA, and the night we drove by UCLA, it was like a bunch of fraternity parties going on. There's a bunch of white kids, Asian kids, and Indian kids like going to these parties. I'm not seeing no black people. I'm like, where the black girls at? And so I hit my homegirl up. I'm like, you're not here for all these parties? He's like, nah, we don't deal with that. We stay on our own. We stay on our own side and do our own thing. You know what I mean? And that reminded me what you said about that show. Remind me of that. And it's like, I guess that's actually true. Like where within colleges it's like a different. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I mean, like shout outs to HSBCU, HS, yeah,
Yeah, historically.
Yeah, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Right,
Yeah, shout outs to them, And you know what I found? You know what's so crazy too? The Cosby Show, when it was filmed, they were the first sitcom that inducted more on target on historical black colleges. Even though Hillman was a fictional, college on the Cosby Show, and in Different World, since the Different was a spin off the Cosby Show, they were the first shows that inducted to black owned colleges and universities, and that's how the HBCU came along. You know what I'm saying? They will always exist. They will always existed,
Right.
but it wasn't known to them, and that's how if you watch every single Cosby Show episode, you see every single banner, HSBCU, every single sweater, Hillman. You would have thought like it's a real college, but it's an actual fictional college. But the way they portray it is it's a black university for black students to learn their craft and everything. So I'm like, wow, this is really dope. And I researched. I was like, wow. When somebody was telling me that, it was like some type of director that I came across, and he was telling me, black director, obviously. He was like, yeah, I know somebody that worked with the college show back in the 80s. And then they was like, yeah, this is the inducted to HSBCU. I was like,
It's crazy. The Cosby Show was so iconic, bro. It's just like, I mean, it's terrible what happened, what was happening behind the scenes.
right. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Sad situation. But
yeah, it is. It is a sad situation. I mean, at the end of the day,
you can't take away work from the work they do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't like when they do. Right.
But of course, he's a legendary black man, so
Yeah, you gotta try to mess him up.
he's not okay for what he did. But of
yeah,
course,
for
like,
him to it's so crazy. Like, I said to myself, like, if he was in attempt to buy NBC, will his the situation he did behind the scenes will still be exploited,
I mean,
or should have, could have, would have?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's not okay. I'm not trying to say that it's okay at all.
I mean, it's not okay.
Because somebody can listen to this and be like, "Oh, they're like."
No, I mean, he definitely should get penalized for what
Right.
he did. But like,
But it wasn't blown out of
It wasn't blown out of
proportion
proportion
because of what he was
trying
trying
to do. Exactly.
Exactly. So,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. So, what got you into film?
Well, actually, so I wanted to be a cartoonist as a kid.
Okay.
I mean, I have a Trinidadian. I'm Trinidadian. My dad is Bajan. My mom is Trini. So I grew up on my Trini side with my mom. You feel me? So growing up, I was like, yeah, I want to be a cartoonist. And my family's like, nah, that's not going to make you no money. So, I kind of put that to the side. and I just like drifted away for a couple of my teenage years doing bullshit. And then I started, you know what I mean? I always played video games though. You know what I mean? I always like video games, I always like anime, I always like doing that type of shit. So I started playing this online game called Rumble Fighting. It's like a fighting game and shit. And I'm playing online. I'm meeting people online from different states and all that. And mind you, like, I'm just looking at it like I'm just playing this game. So I'm like, well, I'm good at this game. So I started recording it from my computer. And I recorded it and I used Windows Movie Maker to edit it, right? And I put it on YouTube. And some dude commented from the forums. He's like, yo, you should use Sony Vegas to edit your videos. I was like, all right. So I downloaded Sony Vegas. And I started editing with Sony Vegas. And I got nice with it. So now my videos is fire with this game. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, damn, I'm nice with this. And I don't really have nothing else. Like, I'm a high school dropout. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, and I do this well though. I'm talking about like I'm getting 1,000 views, 49,000 views, like mad likes. You feel me? So I'm like, maybe I should like maybe pursue this. You know what I mean? So I made the decision to go to film school, and based on that feeling that I had, you know what I mean? Like, I felt good doing it. It was in my heart, so I went. I did that shit, and just being able to write stories and bring it to life using equipment and different people and everybody's on the same page, like that shit really drew me more into film. You know what I mean? Film school was so essential for me just because I didn't think that I would meet like-minded people. You know what I mean? So being in that space really propelled me more into it. So now I look at myself in a place where, I mean, I don't really like to look back on the past or look to the future too much. I like to stay in the moment, but I use the past to reflect so I can better move through the moment. And I look at my future as like I'm editing a short film. Like, matter of fact, I look at my future like I'm writing, and my moment is where I'm editing. So I don't know if I get that analogy. You know what I mean?
That
So,
makes sense though.
right, so I'm here right now, and the only thing I can really do is edit this moment and write the future. So
Right. It's all about, so you have a creative mind, so you always want to look to build and create and just excel and just put things into reality.
right, so that's what really keeps me within like.
Yeah, definitely. Keeps you in the
So,
zone. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
So film is just the best way. Well, and also as well, I would like to touch on the fact that growing up, I used to always watch things that like impacted me heavily. Like, for example, like The Matrix impacted me so much, bro. And it's just like, damn, that movie, that's something somebody wrote and shot. And that affected me so much that it changed the way I thought. It changed the way I see in reality. So it's just like, if I'm able to do that with my work and the things that I can create, then that's beautiful. You know, if I could touch a kid or anybody, you know what I mean, like mentally, and they're like, okay, well, maybe I should do things differently. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean that's what really drives me to be a filmmaker. You know what I mean?
So how many films did you do so far? Like, what was your what project stands out to you the most?
I'm a perfectionist, bro. So when I look at my work, I'm very critical of it, and I feel like I can always do better. But I guess some of my favorite works are like I did a music video for an artist named John Bills. He's from Canarsie, somebody I was in high school with. And the music video is called Cannibal. I like that video because of the lighting and just like the creative direction that we took. I mean, there's always some things that I could change about it. Also, another music video was a music video I did called Don't Hit My Line by City the King. So, we shot that in Dumbo, downtown Brooklyn. And it was cool. I just like the way it was shot, really.
So the scenery there, a lot. It's from you're not the only person that's shot in Dumbo. A lot of people like to shoot in Dumbo.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. They like the scenery, especially in the summertime.
It's a hot spot.
Yeah, it is.
What school you went to?
Digital Film Academy. Digital Film Academy?
Patrick still there?
Oh, you went there?
That's what I went to.
Yeah, Patrick, word.
Yeah.
Patrick's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
For real, yeah. It's good shit, Like you know how the environment is.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, bro, a lot of like-minded people, bro. You know what I mean? So it's changed a lot though. Like they expanded.
They expanded like crazy.
Yeah, word. And, I was thinking about going back, but honestly, bro, I'm actually gonna go to film school again in 2021. I'm trying to get into the school called the American Film Institute.
I know you talking about.
Yeah, so I need to get into the director's program. You need 10 minutes of a short film that you directed, and you need to shoot a 5-minute short film on your smartphone. So that's my work this year. That's my personal work. That's what I gotta do this year. You know what I mean? So
That's what's up.
That's a dope
Yeah.
project, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Any ideas for it?
Well, I mean, I'm hired right now on two directing jobs, so we're still in pre-production, so I can't really say much about it, and I don't like to do that because I
Right.
feel like it's like I'm like jumping the gun kind of.
Yeah.
So, the purpose, like, yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna use those when those actually fall through. I'm gonna use 10 minutes from those things and submit it, and then also with the 5-minute project, I have no idea what I'm gonna do right now, but it's all about storytelling. So, you mean?
I got a question for y'all. Reese too. Is it true that, like, let's for example, you got everything finalized, right? And as for a film, series, whatever, or episode, sitcom, sometimes the director or the creator doesn't like the whole idea. Can they change it at any time? And you said yourself as directors, as filmmakers, you're like, what the fuck? We did all this. We about to air the date, and they just come to you last minute saying that, oh, we're gonna change the whole format of it. Did that ever happen to y'all, or could it be? Does it exist? It could happen at any given time.
It could happen. I've never had that issue. A lot of times you deal with that before you even start shooting.
Right. Exactly. Pre-production. You take your time to plan.
All that is taken care of before you even decide on the film date.
But to really answer that question though,
Yeah.
I haven't dealt with that either. But I feel like I've seen that happen like in big budget films.
Yeah, it
like
definitely happened.
Right, for example, like Birds of Prey, I think that happened. But it wasn't really like they changed everything around. Like that movie, you heard Birds of Prey, the Harley Quinn thing?
Yeah.
So what happened was that the fight choreographer for the movie, the first dude they had so they hired the dude from John Wick. That's why when you watch the movie, half of the scenes are like super good fight scenes and the other half is like trash.
Right.
So that happens where it's like they may have to change something during production that they have no power over, and it may change the course of the entire film. So another example is reshoots. Like maybe an actor can't be there, or some chick is pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Because they have other lives too as well.
But like, to original question, I don't think like once you get into production stage, I don't think things can change much. You know what I mean?
Or sometimes it's like a scene that already was written, and then you could improv, right?
Well, yeah, but not.
'Cause I remember I was doing a background scene, right? And like, they gave me a script to do. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I did the script, but then I couldn't memorize the rest of the lines.
Oh, you say improv. Like
so I improv, and I throw my own shit to it.
That happens.
So, they said that what you improv is better than what's written on the script.
That happens all the time.
Right.
That happens on the
Right, that's different.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's different because
No, but you know how some directors, y'all notice, they want you to stick to the script.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's all about what you come out with.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
right, so.
And how natural you do the part. So
That's why I think acting is the hardest job in film. Really, like people say, "Oh, I did like." Acting is so hard, bro.
you know how many people improv they shit?
And the good director will, if you get the message across with the conviction that he wants, he'll let you rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like to touch on acting again, like, bro, I've seen actors come for auditions. I've had castings. People come all the way from Philly, like far, bro, and they suck. And it's like, damn, bro, you really want to be an actor? And it's like, I can't even like tell you. I feel bad, but I can't have you in my film, bro. You're not a good actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, like, it's better for you to tell them than for them to find out.
No, I mean, I'd have to tell them, but it's
you have to
just
tell
like,
them.
I
You know
just
what
feel
I'm
like
saying?
acting is a
Yeah.
hard job because of that.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? It's like many castings you go to, you won't get picked. Like, I mean, you might, but it's like that's just horrible, man.
Imagine, and it's so crazy because imagine, like, because I remember this one director that I was, that my man's was working with. He picked her because she was pretty and everything, but can she act?
Mm.
And she did a couple of scenes though, but like when the scene's approaching to be more
Serious. Yeah.
she trash. And he was like, I got fooled by the looks. Exactly, nigga. You can't be fooled by the looks.
Right, yeah.
You gotta stick with the professionalism and who's good is not.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather get an ugly ass chick, you know what I'm saying, to do the part really well, to know that I'm gonna hit millions and know my shit's gonna be a Billboard box office, rather than a pretty chick that is gonna downgrade me in so many ways, in so many levels. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
so many actors though, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
billions of people. So
Where there's a lot of actors like.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like there's a shit.
Limited, so.
Yeah, really. Yeah, me and my co-host, we met on some acting occasion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like some extra shit in like a
Right.
supermarket. They never aired it, but hey.
Hey, now I hit today. That's
Yeah, that was
crazy.
fun.
Yeah, it's so funny how it's transitioned to this. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard of Pray Before You Eat?
Like the action of praying before you eat.
No, like it was a web series.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was like one of those type shit. Or it was like what? It was for a season, an episode, some shit.
It was like for like a scene or something like that. I mean, it was like 3-4 years ago.
It was like an intro to like for like what's happening for the next season, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like pretty much like everyone that had like beef was in the area type shit, but they were passing each other without knowing it. So we just there in the supermarket acting like we shopping type shit. So that's how that went. Then it was like we connected after that.
Right. And then Haitian Jack, remember Haitian Jack and they shot a video.
Oh, yeah,
like
Haitian Jack and Provolone P.
Yeah,
they shot a video in Queens. I forgot where in Queens.
But
but yeah, they did that.
They did the video on whatever case may be.
But it was pretty dope.
It was dope, yeah. It was a dope experience. That's how we met and shit like that. And transcend to here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not only we do podcasts, you got get your hands on all the shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, if you're able to do something, like you said earlier, don't stop what you're doing. You always have some other shit you have to do. And people, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course my goal is to be my own boss, of course, you know what I'm saying? And right now I feel like I'm my own boss, but at the same time, there's still ways, of course, I have to get shit done. So when it's all said and done, I got bills to pay. Right. So therefore, it's like, of course, I have to work for the white man until I level up to where I want to go. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep speaking to existence. That definitely the universe will hear me, and it's true. That's a fucking fact. You keep speaking to existence, the universe will definitely hear you because you say the same thing repetitively, and it's a positive goal. Yeah. So definitely, you stick to your craft and you keep going at it. Definitely.
I mean, there's definitely a metaphysical quality like a metaphysical, spiritual quality to it as well. Like, you know what I mean? On top of like manifesting and reiteration. Yeah. It's just like, you know what I mean? I think about things like on a deep level. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I feel like I sound like I'm some high nigga, but, but that's just how I think about shit. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm aligned with that concept.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's for everybody. Keep speaking to existence. The universe will definitely hear you.
Word, bro.
Yeah.
That shit's so real, bro. Like, I didn't really.
Like, you attract.
Yo, bro, it's just crazy, bro.
Because you kept saying you kept saying he could say like, I'm gonna be the best barber. I'm gonna be the best barber.
It's almost scary, bro. Like how real that shit is. Like,
yeah, it really is. But then
how powerful your words could be.
Like, it's crazy because you said to yourself was like, because like you said to yourself, am I being cocky or I just know what I want out of life and I know like what capabilities I could do to make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's all said and done, and I say the same thing all the time. This is a dog eat world. I have to feed my own plate. Nobody's not gonna feed it to me. So you gotta stick to your craft and just keep going along with it. And you have the right circle and the right team to help you build that. Then by all means.
Yeah, man.
So we don't need assistance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's hard though. Like,
it really is. You know what I'm saying? You got
It's not everybody's not meant to do to have that kind of role to be in that lane where it's like, yo, I can do this for myself. Like some people need the certain these institutions that's put into our society. Some people need that because they can't really think beyond that.
Right.
And when I say that, it's not to sound like I'm trying to talk down to anybody and shit like that. But religion, for example, I'm not really trying to talk about religion because that's a very deep subject. It's a very touchy subject as well. I'm just saying as an institution, religion is used in a certain way. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not religious. I believe in what I believe in. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that the idea of religion is to keep people in a certain order. You know what I mean? That's what it was used for back in the medieval times and all that. You know what I mean? And it's still kind of used like that today. So
yeah, religion is basically definitely what you said, and I said that before. Religion is basically like a separation of a group, who you are. Like you got your you got your Buddhism, you got your Catholics, you got your Christians. So it's like it's like a clique group type of shit. Mm-hmm. You know how in high school everybody have their set cliques who they chill with.
It's like what you said at the college, the fraternities, the parties, basically just like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like that's what I say. Separation. The blacks is doing their thing. The whites is other people is doing the crazy shit.
Let's go a little deeper into it. Not without going. Let's look at Jesus Christ, right?
Right.
So what was he like? He was a dude. He was Jewish, really.
Yeah.
But he was a dude that was like, nah. I'm my own dude. So I'm gonna look at shit my own way. And people were fucking with that. That's why we have Christianity now. But you know what I mean, but let's say in this day and age, a lot of us are like that. We're like Jesus in a sense where we're taking our own path. And some people can't do that. So they need to follow. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It just goes back to what you were saying, you manifest your reality, you say things, and you want to be your own boss. But that's not for everybody, you know what I mean? And that's how society is. But it's still a race though. It's still a struggle.
It's crabs in a barrel, man.
Battle, bro.
Crabs in a barrel. Everybody want to get to the top, you know what I'm saying? But get to the top, not to like. I mean, like when you think of rat race, right? You think of like you're trying to be competitive against with other film directors, or you're just trying to be on your.
When I use the term,
yeah.
Well, I look at the term rat race. I mean, yeah, it's competitive. It's a competitive field, but it's really like in reality, bro. The film industry is a very team-based industry. Like you have to have a team, bro.
Absolutely.
You can do it yourself. You can, but it just wouldn't be as good if you know what I mean. Like so, it's very team-based. So I don't really. The rat race concept doesn't really. I mean, I guess when it comes to music videos, it's like that.
Right.
You know, if you're like specifically a music video director, you might run into other music video directors, and y'all might be competing for rappers. But in reality, the film industry is not really like that. But when I say rat race, I'm talking about everyday living of a New Yorker. Like, you know what I mean? When rat race, the term is like the rat wants to eat whatever it can get. So it's the rat's trying to get the cheese. Everybody's trying to get the cheese. You know what I mean? Like, so we're all waking up every day. Like, if you if you just like take the train and you like. You know what I mean? Like just like look at shit from in the moment. Like you may be thinking about, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to work. You think about getting to work,
right?
But if you just stay in the moment and look at your environment while you're transporting, bro, like while you're teleporting to your next destination, everybody's moving, and it's
right.
like where y'all going? To the money. That's it. No matter where nobody's going, everybody's going to the money. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's when I say rat race, that's what I'm referring to. Like.
That's a good concept to look at it, definitely, because people define rat race in many. There's no different ways. There's no wrong ways like how you define rat race. Everybody just at one goal is just trying to get to the money, like you said, just trying to get to the top. You know what I'm saying?
And on top of that too, is like people will do whatever. Like you might get bumped in the subway, get into a fight because somebody feels type of way. Like
right.
So it's gritty. Like you know what I mean. That's how rats are dirty and like gritty. Like not saying everybody's dirty, but it's just that metaphor.
That metaphor, yeah. That's
right,
a good way to look at it. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a good way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of black actors, you know what I'm saying, coming out, we're black directors, you know what I'm saying, in the film industry. And it's so crazy, I'm sure y'all know this. You know who's the highest paid actor, right?
The Rock.
No. Black actor. Let me be specific. Black actor.
The Rock is black, right?
Yeah, but he's not the highest paid black actor though.
Who is?
Samuel Jackson.
Oh, obviously.
But I had a debate a couple of days ago. They said Samuel Jackson and Denzel. Denzel played in more films,
right.
But Samuel Jackson.
Sam's still working.
Still working. Denzel working too.
Yeah, but it's not.
But
like Samuel.
Career-wise, Samuel. So that's why they say he's the highest paid black actor.
Samuel been working since Denzel been working, and is still in more roles.
Samuel been playing since the 70s, man.
Right.
Denzel came out like in the 80s.
Contract.
That's what got him. That's what's getting him money right now a lot. That Marvel shit.
Yeah, Marvel killing right now.
Disney's just crazy, bro.
Disney, Disney is very subliminal.
That was so smart to cop Marvel, bro. Like, that shit is crazy, bro.
That's a power move.
Imagine sitting in your office like, yo, we got all this money from all these years. Let's get Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just buy them, because it's gonna, like, the movie's gonna, like, son, you gotta be so smart to see that coming, like, it's like, yo, you see the movies coming out, and you're like, alright, this is gonna blow up, and it's gonna be crazy in these next couple of years.
Right.
Like,
Son, they bought fucking Fox, son. They bought Fox, and notice A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Well, yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because they bought it's ABC, Disney, ESPN, Fox. So if you line them together,
bro, I never looked like that.
Yeah.
Word, that's crazy.
What's clever?
Nah, we're not doing no fucking alphabet, nigga. This is wrong. But I'm just saying though, like that's how I look at it. You know, the dynamics on how Disney's just building. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a big fan of Disney. I mean, we was once when we were kids, because if you look at Disney, it's very, very subliminal and some of the shit that you see.
I mean,
very sexual too. You know what I'm saying? Sesame Street. Sesame Street. That shit is subliminal, son.
But there's one thing I like.
I mean, like, we grow up as, like, we watching these shits and we like, okay, cool. We kids, we watching it. Well, of course we kids, we don't know any better. But as we get older, you say this shit, it's like, damn, we got brainwashed. It's like, this is the shit that we was watching when we was young.
But I'm saying, here's what I say, right, about subliminal.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, when I was into conspiracies and all that, I still am, in a certain sense. But it's like, when you first hear about subliminal message and you learn about it, it's like, holy shit, these motherfuckers is, like, brainwashing me. But in reality, every film is like that. Everything has subliminal tones to it, like,
right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like subtle shit you put in there, and if you can peep it, You know what I mean? You peep it. That's what it's really for. Like,
as a creator, you do that on purpose.
Right. That shit is done on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what I feel like when I see content with subliminal shit in it, I'm more attracted to that because it takes a certain level of intelligence to peep it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, if you're watching a movie or something and they put like a little Easter egg in the background of like, I don't know, some shit that you like to eat.
Right.
Or you make, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you watching something, you see a commercial and you see some environment like, yo, I feel like eating something now. And you be like, damn, well, I feel like this. It could be because you just watched something that has something in it. You know what I mean? It's just, that shit is like some real high level intelligence shit. Like,
yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because you're not, so funny. I don't know if it's like a film director talk or some shit like that, but I kind of get where you coming from.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can have that visual aspect too.
I got a few questions for you. As a filmmaker, going to film school, how has it changed how you watch a film?
Yeah, man. Like, I can't even, like, honestly, bro. I can't watch a film just to watch it no more. Like, I could if I really like it. Like, recently I watched Donnie Darko. You know, there's some shit I could always dissect about it. But certain films are just masterpieces, you know what I mean? Where you can really watch it and be like, this is beautiful. Like, everything, they've tried their best to make this a beautiful film, you feel me? But, like, the other day, I went to the movies with my girl to see Birds of Prey. I bring it up again, name dropping Birds of Prey again. So bad, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm watching everything, like I can't even watch this shit, like, because there's certain shit, like, how could you do this with all this money and still put this out? You know what I mean? So, to answer the question, just in a simple format, bro, like, I can't watch it normally no more. I always gotta dissect shit when I'm watching it, you know what I mean? So, I'm pretty sure you know what that's like.
Yeah, shit is trash. You go to the movies, like, y'all really want to see this movie, then once you start watching it, you're like, I don't know why they did that. And it's so predictable that's that point, like, yeah, I knew they were gonna do that. You should have changed that frame, or the lighting should have been different. Why you, like, shit.
But you know, it's made for the average man, so, or the average woman to watch it, so, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna see that, like, we watching this movie, you know, in Birds of Prey, bro. So many people in the audience is like, "Oh my god!" laughing, going crazy. I'm like,
"It'd be some stupid shit."
I be stupid as shit.
What's in your film kit? You got one or?
Well, you know, I as a director, I was gearing myself to buy my equipment. I was on that lane to become a DP like that, but I realized that's not what I really want to do. So, you know, now I just stick to like hiring my DPs because it's better to have an arsenal of DPs who have different levels of cameras for different projects. So let's say an artist come to me, he's like, "Oh, I only got like $500." And I have somebody who could bring a Sony A7S II, you know what I mean? If you got $1,000, I just might go to Red, you know what I mean? So me personally, I just run around with a Nikon D3500. That's my vlog camera. I like to travel a lot, so I use that to vlog everything, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's my kit, I guess, and my kit is my people. So, you know, sound guys, everything. So it's all about networking, bro.
You still use people from DFA?
Yeah, I made some like solid connections, bro. Like, I don't really go to DFA to get people, like, but people that I met while I was there, those are like my partners that I do a lot of shit with. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, I could call them for anything, bro. You feel me? So just from being in those classes together and working together, bro.
I know how that goes. Directing class, writing class, editing class, all that shit. The same people.
Yep. So, you know.
How long you been doing film?
Well, professionally, well, I could say, I mean, I've been doing it since I was 18, bro. You know what I mean? But to say, like, yo, I've been doing film, getting money from doing it, 2017, you know what I mean? So, I saw music videos. Well, actually, I bought my first camera in 2014, and in 2015, I started running around the hood doing music videos for weed. So I guess that was like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't smoke no more, so you know, that's no longer like something that I would ever do. But you know what I mean? Yeah, so I guess that was like me starting out.
So you're not 420 friendly?
I'm 420 friendly.
Oh, okay.
Don't get me wrong, like all the way, like
because we're 420 friendly.
Right, I just don't smoke for health reasons.
Right, right. Understandable.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Yeah, bro. Mental health too, like it's psychoactive and all that. So
right, definitely.
I just gotta be aware, like
yeah, absolutely.
But my girl smokes every day, so you know what I mean. Like it's not
be around that shit. You can't even get away from it. Yeah,
exactly. So
it's you're the product of her environment.
Exactly. So you know what I mean. I started out doing music videos for Bud and shit. Then as I got into film school, I started taking shit more serious. Like I'm like, alright, you know what I mean. I gotta really get it together and really build a portfolio and look more professional and talk about this shit in a way like I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean. And that's what got me more business. You know what I mean. So I directed a few short films. Now I'm very thankful for this, but you can Google my name, my real name, and IMBD comes up the first thing. I'm so thankful for that, bro. I mean, it may not be that big, but it's just like
it's there. So
if I say I'm a filmmaker and somebody Googles my name, that's what comes up, and that's I mean, I just want to build that more. You know what I mean?
That's dope. We definitely got some few.
That's a good step for weed to
Like you said, it's all about connections, all about networking. You know what I mean? You never know what you can come up with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, same thing. That's how I met my man's right here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, man.
you know what I'm saying? So, it turned into this. So, you never know what you can come up with. You know what I'm saying?
Step by step, man.
Step by
Every
step.
day. Word.
Do you think like being black in the film industry is really like, you know, a competitive stone? Because as you said, mentioned earlier, it's not a white man. It's a white man's game.
Mm-hmm.
However, as a black man, you think you could. Have you ever worked with a group of like white filmmakers before?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're like, honestly, bro, like working with white people was great. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, like I've had some racist moments,
Right.
but they try their hardest not to be racist, which is so funny. Like, it's just like, because they know, like, it's just like, the thing is that a lot of them are rich themselves, you know what I mean? But a lot of them feel like, okay, well, I know that I can say something that may take this black eye off, so I'm not gonna like, I'm gonna try my best to just be like, you know. So
Just go with the flow type of shit.
Well, yeah, but it's just
But you know,
like,
white people flow is like you have to. It's like an awkward flow, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Us,
Yeah.
we blend in. You see how we all partake.
Right.
Them is just like.
But some of them are like that too, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to talk about it like we're all the same shit, bro. I'm definitely not like, I don't differentiate between, my girlfriend's half white, half Puerto Rican.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But there is.
What's good? She got friends? No.
Nah, but there is a real like level. There's a real level of like, you know what I mean, racial barrier. Like that's there. Like so on the sets, like for example, I was hired to what was I doing that day? No, I was sound guy that day. There's a short film called I really don't remember what it's called, but I was a sound guy. We're in Connecticut, and this director's vegan, first of all, so he's going hard about this shit. The fucking contract is like, you can't eat no meat on set. You can't bring no, like, I'm like, it's really, I'm not vegan, bro. Matter of fact, I have allergies. I can't even eat certain vegan shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, we on set, and me and him is having problems because I can't eat tree nuts. And these niggas is bringing lasagna made from cashews and shit.
What the fuck?
I'm like, yo, bro, I can't have this, bro. And I told you this before we saw the film. So, like, it would be shit like that. But other than that, I don't really deal with no racism like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I've worked with many white actors and white directors and shit. So, you know. But it'll just be like, motherfuckers that's extremists. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
They want the best for you type of shit. And like, you know.
Not even that they want the best of me. They're just extremists in what they believe in. Like, he's a vegan and he believes that nobody should harm animals. So he's just an extremist in that light. You know what I mean?
He will get on my fucking nerve.
Yo, man, that shit was crazy.
He'll get on my fucking nerve. And y'all know, y'all both know.
Hey.
Y'all both know how I give it up. I'm like, yo, he will get on my fucking nerve. I'm
But
like,
you know what I'm saying? I wanted to react like that, but I was out in Connecticut. It's just me and DP, and it's just like, damn.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
The
So you
DP
gotta-
put me on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
oh,
it's like,
okay. So it's like you don't want to burn the bridge.
It's not even burning the bridges. It's just we're both here for the money, and he's ready. Know what time it is. He's
Right.
like, "Oh, son, let's just work with these white folks, get this money, and you know what I mean,
Right and
do what we
bounce.
do."
You know what I'm saying?
So,
And now that you mentioned that way, it's like at the end of the day, they've been using us when we use them.
right. So you know,
Right.
but
So,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't really see it as usury. I don't really like looking at shit like I'm using somebody. It's just like it's always a stepping stone. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Definitely.
If I can help that guy understand that you're being an extremist, you shouldn't be like that towards people because not everybody wants to be fucking vegan. If I can help him see that light, then that's great. And I guess like through our little banter as whatever we had, I'm hoping he saw that.
Right.
So you know what I mean, like
Is he at least good?
it got weird, bro. Like it got real weird. Like it was one scene.
I told you, like that's how I said they put you in this awkward phase, and we spoke about that.
Yeah, but you can't tell him don't do this. I'm just a sound guy, bro, and that's my DP, and he's.
I mean,
that's
that's what's labeled. That's
Right.
that's what needs to be done. But I understand.
But no,
that.
I can't say shit.
But you can't say shit, right?
That's not my place.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
So I
right,
gotta
right.
play position.
Okay, got you.
So as a
Got
director,
you.
he's like, yo, let's bring this. There's one scene, bro. We're in the forest in Connecticut. It's raining. It's muddy. He's like, let's bring this generator into the forest. He wants to create an illusion of like the movie is about a will-o-wisp. You know, I don't know if y'all know what a will-o-wisp is. It's like a
I don't know what the fuck that is.
right. So a will-o-wisp is like a kind of a ghost. It's like a ghost made from fire. That's what a will-o-wisp is in a nutshell. Whatever. Like I mean, it's deeper than that, I guess. But anyway, so he wanted to create the illusion of a ghost made from fire in the forest. So this nigga brings like, you know, those little lights you get from like the dollar store that just like makes like this strobe light effect.
Oh, okay.
So he gets one of those, and he has like a green light that does the same thing. And I'm like, yo, bro, just do this in post, bro. Like, just do it. Just do it in post. I don't know if y'all know what post means. You know what that means, but post means like okay, so there's pre-production where you plan it, and production where you shoot it, and then post-production is the editing phase. So I'm like, yo, just do it in post where you can put it in effects, like, you know what I mean? If you want to create a fire ghost, like, how are you going to create this with a strobe light, bro? It was terrible. It was cold.
It was cold.
Yo, man, I was mad, bro.
Yeah, I bet you was.
Did that though? Cause you know they be telling people, the more you do.
Yeah, of course. I got it.
Just trying to
I know.
let's save the time.
But it wasn't working. And he knew it wasn't working. And he was trying. I'm like, yo, bro. After all this shit, it was like, after like 3 hours, bro, I had to speak up. I'm like, yo, bro, you should just do this in post, bro. He was like, you really think so? I'm like, yeah, bro, because this is not. Look at this on camera, like, it doesn't look good, like. And we're shooting with a Sony A7S too. So you know, we had a Sony A7S too. I think he had a 24 Canon. You know the big shit, the big. I can't remember the exact. You know what I mean? And it just wasn't looking good, bro. I'm like, yo, man, just do this in post, man, and you know.
At least you kind of made it work.
So to answer your question, is he good as a director?
That's a good answer.
No, that answers your question. That answers my question. That's my question. Some things is just left unsaid.
Right. I'm not gonna say nah.
Not gonna say nah. Not gonna say yes. But you know,
had some good moments.
Yeah.
But that was just
like out. And how long y'all been out there?
Like 4 days, bro. 4 days. Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, we're not in the forest for 4 days. That was like alone the last.
No,
scene.
I'm talking about like how long was
movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
it took 4 days to film. Okay. Wow.
Crazy.
What's the longest it took you to film?
Yeah, some sets are longer than 4 days. But you know what I'm saying? That was a 4-day ordeal. Like, you know what I mean?
Were you at a comfortable setting? Or you were at a setting that you wasn't comfortable with?
That was cool. I was a PA. I was doing PA work. I was showing.
Yeah. PA work is cool though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't really do much.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, so what's the latest, like, you know, what's the latest project you're working on that you're trying to work on? Or you willing to work with anybody?
Talk about.
I mean, it's a few things I could touch on. I guess personal projects. I'm actually working on a manga. I don't know if you're familiar with what manga is.
Enlighten us.
Yeah.
So manga is just like it's a Japanese version of comic books.
Okay.
Right. So I wrote a film like a while ago. It's called 2099. It's in dystopian future. It's about like urban kids living in like a dystopian New York, and they know martial arts and shit. So it's like parkour, you know what I mean, touching on black and Hispanic rights and all that, but still having that action anime aspect to it. So I wrote that a while ago and I wanted to shoot it. But of course, science fiction is expensive. It's you know what I mean. You need, if I want to make New York look like it's dystopian, I need specific sets. I need to put a lot of money into that. So right. So I need investment. I need investors for that. So I decided to take the route of creating a manga first. I know a manga artist, like an anime artist. I hit him up. I gave him the script. I'm like, yo, let's turn this into a manga. So my plan is to really bring that to light as far as just like, you know, sharing it on social media and all that. And hopefully get some following. And from there, I can use that maybe in GoFundMe.
Oh, snap. Like, yo, I just pictured something what you just said. You still using your cartoonist skills.
Right. Well, of course. I never leave shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember what you said earlier. I'm like, nah, he need to get... Because you have that creative soul. And I'm like, okay, he can still do his film directing shit. He's a filmmaker.
But that's
he has that... That's what... You know, you have that cartoonist...
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what cartoons really are, though. Like,
yeah.
if you really watch like an anime or like an anime movie,
right?
They use like actual like aspects of film. Like they use like actual shots and close-ups and mediums and all that. So you know.
But anime to me, like, all right, like, well, I never used to watch the show. I know girls back. The ones that's in the '90s, they know this show. Sailor Moon,
right?
Pokemon, fucking Naruto. They all have the same features. Like
Pokemon,
they don't look.
I would not put in a conversation with all the shits.
Yeah, word. I mean, the Pokemon anime was cool, like as a child, but
I'm saying they got the same similar features and like you know like the same. When you watch these three of them that I just mentioned,
like,
yeah, you
like,
know that's comes from anime and
right.
shit like that. 4Kids Entertainment and shit like that. So it's like wow, like anime just evolved. The first ever anime. What is the first ever anime that was created? That was made.
I mean, the oldest one that I can think of is Astro Boy, but I think there was shit before that. You know
right.
I mean? I'm like a fake anime nerd. Like I know my shit.
Right.
Because I like that shit, but I'm not. I know motherfuckers that's like
heavy into it.
Right.
Right.
I'm like a novice or something, like, you know what I mean. But I like my certain shit, and you know, and I could tell you some shit about anime. I could recommend shit too, like, but you know, I won't act like I'm an expert or say, you know what I mean?
You just know what you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, would you fuck with 3D effects?
3D effects, like in my films, I would.
Yeah.
It just has to be really good, you know.
Like, I don't know if you remember Beast Wars.
Yo, man, that shit. Yo, man, Beast Wars Transformers. What? Yo, that shit.
That was like.
I never seen that shit. Yo, man. So you know Transformers.
Yeah, I know Transformers.
Yo, these niggas is funny.
Niggas quiet. I'm like,
y'all niggas don't. Nigga, you don't know fucking Beast Wars Transformers?
So just imagine Transformers.
He asked me the same question. I already answered that, nigga.
Just imagine Transformers. Right?
He asked me.
Nah.
Nigga, like, nah, don't.
Nah, because you know we come from the same.
Right,
you never heard of fucking Beast Wars? What?
So imagine Transformers.
Obviously, you know Transformers, but Beast Wars Transformers. That was like one of the first 3D shits that came out in the early '90s, son. I remember that shit.
It's Transformers, but instead of cars, they're animals.
They're animals, exactly.
So Optimus Prime is not a truck; he's a gorilla.
He's a gorilla.
Bumblebee is not a buggy; he's a cheetah.
He's a cheetah. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
That
So it's basically,
fire, bro.
yeah, that shit is crazy. One of my favorite shows. It was
dinosaurs.
What you see in the movie as like
crazy.
you know, shit's like he said, it's animals.
Yeah.
That shit is and in 3D.
That was the first. That was like late '90s.
That's like early 90s.
Early 2000s.
Yeah.
He was mad upset with you.
You don't know it.
I figured y'all didn't know. Yeah, I was quiet. I'm like, damn. If you knew Beast Wars, you'd have been like, damn. But
Yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying?
another 3D one is Reboot. I don't even remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And these niggas still don't know what the fuck we talking about.
Bro, I don't know. We're probably just older.
I'm off camera, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know a damn thing. Not gonna lie to you.
All right. So what year you was born?
94.
94.
Yeah.
I'm 90.
88.
See, there you go.
I'm the oldest one here.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying though, you don't fucking know Beast Wars.
Now your cartoons was probably different. You probably had Thundercats,
I remember Thundercats.
Ninja Turtles. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right. So you
I
know.
remember those.
Right. No, I mean everybody. I mean because they remade them shits, but you know.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I'm saying?
Certain shit was
They
like
really trash.
90s babies. Well, I mean you were 80s baby, but
Yeah.
like we was the same age around. Like you know what I mean, when I was 11, he was like 13.
Yeah,
you know,
he was right there.
Right. So
Yeah, I consider the 90s.
Tsunami and all that.
Yes, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, I know
But
Tsunami.
those was on Tsunami. It's like, yeah, I mean.
They were on Tsunami, yeah.
Reboot.
Before when it was initiated,
I'm
before when it was initiated, when it was airing episodes on a certain station, like I think Reboot was on ABC, and I think Beast Wars was on Channel 11, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And they start like after like they air the
Did it
episodes.
come on Saturday morning?
Saturday morning for Tsunami was, I think, animes, right?
Yeah, animes was Saturday mornings.
If I'm not mistaken, they had One Piece, Naruto in the morning.
So that's what I was watching.
Yeah.
Tsunami was just every after school
Hey,
type
yo,
shit.
bro, I remember.
I used to come home from school watching that shit.
I remember when I first came back from Trinidad, bro, because I was born up here, but my mom sent me down there, and I was raised there until I was like 9, right? When I came back to New York, bro, I started watching. I learned about Dragon Ball Z, my nigga.
Woo!
Bro.
That was my shit.
I used to run home, bro.
That's my shit.
Yo,
That's why I used to watch Tsunami because of that.
yo, that
That was the start of Tsunami. That was like Tsunami's like Tsunami's like fucking like main like how can I call it, like what I mean, like
attraction. Yeah, that's what got the most.
That's what got you.
Yeah.
like they had Pokemon coming on and shit like that.
I used to like Pokemon too, but like
But I remember at one point Pokemon used to come in at least 5 to 6 times a day. But they they used to come on 5 6 times a day.
It wasn't a very good anime.
I was never a fan.
Yeah. I mean, I could see why. Like, I don't really know what personal reason, but if you look at it from an anime perspective, it's not a very good anime.
It's
Like,
not at all.
it's not.
What about Digimon?
Digimon was alright. Like later on, it got a little better. Like, but it's
I
still.
watched a couple episodes, but I wasn't really feeling it.
I think Digimon was just trying to copy Pokemon. I mean,
That's exactly what I thought too. It was like,
Yeah.
it's like a little copy.
It's like a little copy.
They were just bigger. That's it.
Yeah. I never used to play with the fucking cards, but I remember I was in high school. These niggas was on it. They was like, "Yo, I choose you." Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! But then niggas was going in Pokemon. They was like, "You want to play Pokemon?" I don't know how to play that shit. And then
That's crazy. I never knew how to play, but I always had the cards.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah. And now they got
That's a fact.
they had the Yu-Gi-Oh cards too. Like
I remember dudes was getting in trouble with, like, I remember I fucking, bro, middle school was crazy with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You was getting a fight for that. You know what I mean? Stealing niggas Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, this nigga got a word? Let me get that. I remember some kid I always remember this shit. Some kid had a black, what's it called? A red eyes black dragon.
oh shit.
Right? It was like one of the rare shits. So I'm like, let me see your deck, bro. Now, we had the school uniform. Let me see your deck, bro. I still got it right in the sleeve. Like, it's tight. You know what I mean?
Niggas used to go hard for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so that should be funny.
Yeah,
like
bro. Crazy. We was kids, like,
Yeah, I mean, niggas ain't know any better, so it's whatever.
But it's different. Like I can't. Sometimes I think about this generation, bro.
Yo,
and it's like,
don't get me started on this generation, son.
They got cell phones and shit. That shit is crazy, bro. Like that's crazy.
Yo,
bro.
it's so easier to like, it's so crazy. Like back in the day, back in the day was so crazy when it comes to education, school and shit like that. Where you have an exam coming up, niggas used to fucking like, find somebody they could cheat over. Now all niggas have to do is just imagine I'm sitting in the back of the class, whatever she's teaching in the class, I can screenshot.
Yo, that's so much power.
It's so easier how niggas could excel in school, but it's not excelling to the
whole smartwatch. That should tell you it right there, bro.
I'm saying though, like that.
You just like, let me look through my photos real quick.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Boom, like, all right.
This was on the test. Yeah.
Yo, text me. I got it.
There's so much power in our hands at this point in time, bro. I feel like we're at a point in time where I'm so thankful to be alive, bro. Because information is so accessible. Like people don't understand. Like it's no reason for you to not know something, bro. Because it's like if you like when I say like as far as like knowledge wise or like what's going on.
There's not a lot of people have basic knowledge though.
But that's what I'm saying.
So let's speak for ourselves.
Right, but it's so bad.
But it's so bad for them. Yeah, it's just right there. It's so accessible. Yeah, exactly.
Little computers in our hands, bro. Everybody has a
device in their hand. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
Like 10 years, matter of fact, 20 years ago, like that was no way to be seen. Like you guys to really read. Like you know what I mean? Like
But computers wasn't even good like that yet.
It wasn't even that fast, bro. You know what I mean?
Got it. Dial up. That's a fact. Dial up. Like.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember,
I had the Hot Wheel computer. I had that one.
I remember as a teenager, bro, trying to watch porno, bro, and you had to sneak, bro. I couldn't sneak because the dial up. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You try to go in there late at night, watch some like big booties and some shit. Like, you just make it hot, bro. Yo,
what are you doing? Oh, nothing.
Bro, your moms wake up, go to the bathroom. She know what's going on, but you like, damn.
Yeah, that shit be crazy. Or remember, now back in the day, now they have to use the GPS and shit like that. Now back in the day, how it started was MapQuest.
Yeah, MapQuest. Yeah.
So fuck all the MapQuest.
You used to print it out.
We used to print it out and shit like that, and that's where you need to go. Now it's just right there. Now if
not even right there, like cars got it built in.
Yeah, that too.
Next type shit.
But I mean, I got a question for y'all, right?
What's up?
With the computers that we got now and all this shit, like all this like accessible information, do you think that human beings are becoming lazier?
Yeah.
Or like
No funny is that that's an app for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, alright, you don't really gotta do shit. Like,
so another question to lead on, like add-on question, right? What if the internet crashes tomorrow? Like, what would you do? Like how would your life be?
I would live how I would live.
Fine.
I would be fine too. I would live how I lived before this whole shit started, because I was doing fine. Because at the same time, like, if I want to go, like go to the store, go play outside, or whatever.
That's nothing too. I'll be on the outside.
That's what fucked it up.
I be seeing kids playing outside.
But it's not like it's before. Like remember summertime, everybody up on the block be outside, like playing either football, basketball.
You know your whole block.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Now
I know him. He from down the block, or he from this part. Now it's like, who are you?
Yeah. like because they so into to social media and technology. It was just that like it's in their hands, and they don't know. Like their brains are so wrapped up in they fucking phone. Is just like, yo, like,
isn't it crazy how the internet evolved into social media?
Yeah.
Like I remember back in like 2007, 2008 when I was on my computer, bro. You had like if you want to talk to people, you had to go on AOL chat or forums or MySpace.
Remember Skonex?
Right, Skonex. That was crazy, bro. But those was like real, like, you know what I mean? Like now it's like the internet is social media, like.
Yeah.
Like there's no internet. There's no regular internet besides Google. I mean, basic. I mean, like there's the deep web and all that, I guess. But I'm talking about like just regular like internet, bro.
My man said the other day, he was like, "Yo, chicks, you don't even have to ask for their number. Just ask for their Instagram."
That's what I was before I got a girl. But that's what I used to do, bro. And that's the best way to do it, in my opinion, bro.
Yeah.
They
feel more comfortable too. Like,
exactly.
They feel more comfortable. And like one girl said to me, she was like, "Listen, I don't be on my phone. I don't be on my text messaging like that. I be more on Instagram DMing more than actual text messaging."
And it's weird
because I'm like, wow.
It's weird. So like that's what you said. They feel more comfortable doing that, but that's more exposing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like you put everything on social media, and me as a male, before I had a girlfriend, I'm thankful I have that now. But before when I was single, I used to do that to see who I'm fucking with. Like,
right.
If I meet a chick, she look good, but let me get you to Instagram and see what she about.
Right.
If she's a thotty, nah, get out of here. If she's about something, like I may
pursue it. Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. It's so crazy because as I said to myself every day, I'm like, yo, technology is better for the worse. It's better. It goes for the better, but it goes for the worse too. So it's like a hand in hand type of shit. It depends how you surround yourself with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at it now. Look at
it's crazy.
Apps. So it's like I don't even gotta leave my crib to meet someone.
Exactly. That's wild. And I remember
that's great.
That kills social skills though.
Yeah, so like you'll be awkward as shit in public, but online you have full blown combos. Like,
and I remember like playing with my online friends in games. We used to make fun of dudes doing that. We used to call it e-dating, right? Because you internet dating. Like people, they wouldn't meet each other ever. They'd be dating somebody in another state.
Right.
But now that's regular. Like that's like a regular thing. Like people, that's happening. Like you know what I mean?
If you look at your Instagram right now, if you look at your Instagram right now, how many people that you following or that's following you have you met?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I try to keep it like I look at my Instagram like I use my social media as a tool. You know what I mean? So like it can be used as a tool and it can be used as something detrimental to society as well. But if you're a creator, you need to use your social media. That shit is essential, bro.
Because you need to connect with other people.
Right, and that's what everybody's using.
Right.
So I look at my Instagram as like my network, my immediate network. If I want to let's say if I need somebody to shoot something for me or I need somebody to edit something, I'm going to my Instagram.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or my Facebook groups and all that. So this is like social media is a useful tool. You know
it's essential to like for your platform or what you got created. Like of course,
but if you're not doing something,
you're not doing something about
it. If you a kid,
right,
or you just somebody that's on there just to be on there. I've seen my girl wake up. And I've done it too. Like we wake up in the morning, first thing we go on Instagram, getting brainwashed. I've seen people like yo, we be talking about some shit. Like, let me check this on my phone, and they just get distracted by Instagram real quick, and they forget about the whole thing. It's really meant to like zap your brain. Like, but you gotta be conscious of your shit. Like, how you conscious of what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? So
it's like you could get stuck on it for.
It's easy, bro.
Like, I'm looking for this, then you look for certain. And it's like you forgot.
It's levels to it too, because like the way it's designed, the color scheme, everything is like
I see
all that
girls,
shit is meant to like.
Yeah, for real. I see girls like they go shopping on their phone 24/7, like looking at these shoes, looking at this thing, whatever. Like I know this girl at my job, yo, all she does is just shop. Like look.
She got money.
Yeah, but you got some girls that be looking on their phones just and they don't got money. They just be looking just to show that they doing something on their phones. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all ain't even buying shit.
But it's interesting.
But it's funny though. Like I see some dudes do the same thing too. But the majority of the time I see girls doing that. Sometimes it's like they just be on their phone just to be on their phone. So sometimes they just be on there because they don't want the attention towards them. So they rather not, engage in any type of conversation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's an interesting concept because social skills are morphing to deal with this.
Right.
Devices that we have. Like people are developing other ways to like deal with people socially using their phones. It's almost like warfare in a weird kind of like subtle body language way. If you get what I'm saying, like, but like, I don't know if I'm getting that point what I'm saying across.
I got you.
But it's just like if you be on a train, you see it like some dudes is creeps. Like they look at a girl, or like what I mean. My girl was talking about that earlier. She was saying like like dudes will stare at you mad long until you look at them, then they try to make a move. You know what I mean? Like some girls will just be on their phone all the time to avoid all of that. You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
So
now they got these shits now where it's like I'm the type of me. If you talk to me, I talk to you. That's just me. If I'm feeling your vibe, I talk to you, whatever the case may be. Because I'm still less than the Mohicans that will be able to have an actual conversation instead of the generation now that they conversations are based on their phone, where it's like, you talk to me, I talk to you, what kind of stuff. I put my shits down, boom, that's it. But if I'm not feeling your vibe, then I'm just gonna I don't want to talk to you. I'll just keep it moving, whatever the case may be. Now it's just like it's crazy though. It's like and we're going back.
You see people in the street just crossing the street on their phone. You already got the light.
A fucking ongoing call coming in. It's like, yo, like when death hits you, man, then that's when you fucking realize to look up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
Too late at that point.
Yeah, you dead. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Bro.
Yeah.
Nowadays people too attached to it. Way too attached.
Yeah, that's why the attention span is just so slim right now. Like this, like.
But it's a byproduct of we could like look at it like Illuminati shit whatever. If you look at it like that, right? Let's just say we're looking at it from that perspective. I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying anything. You know what I mean, what I am saying though is like, let's say there's somebody like these companies that's creating these social media platforms and the way they look and what they do, right? If you creating 15-second videos for people to watch, and that's how they get their dopamine release. You know what I mean? So you're using 15 seconds to activate somebody's brain to release dopamine. if you train people to just look at social media like that, over time people become more docile. You know what I'm saying? So you can implement certain things in society and people wouldn't have a problem with it.
Right.
I may be getting too deep here.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but
listen.
I don't want to get too deep. Let me know if I'm
go right in. Go. Yo, for the viewers out there, open your fucking brain. Go ahead,
so I mean, like, that's just how it should be working. Like, they use that shit. I mean, I'm not saying they do that, but you could look at it like that. Hypothetically speaking, theoretically, that could be happening.
Right.
Or it could just be. It just happens to be like that by coincidence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you want if you look at it like from a money making aspect, if you want to make the most out of your platform, the best way to activate the human brain to use your platform the most ways is to design it a certain way to make those videos 15 to 10 seconds long. Force people. You can't post a video more than 60 seconds on your Instagram, so you're forced to build around that now, right? You can't post a video that's more than 15 seconds on your story, so you're forced to build around that now, right? So now they're forcing you to create that way. It's really like it's really molding people, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
and that government's concerned. Like the government is just watching all that shit. Like,
it may not even be the government, bro.
Yeah, it's just like not saying that they control it, but it's just like some of it that has access to the phones, upgrades, and all that kind of stuff.
Really
they still, and then the SIM cards, they still like saying have some type of like information to get out of us. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you know I would never but I used to think it was a government really.
Not saying they put too much emphasis on it, but it's just like they affiliated in some ways.
Right, but here's what I'm saying, right? We should be more so afraid of not afraid, but we should be more wary of private companies. Like the government is the government, you know what I mean? That's like the government cool. Like they may be doing something or they may have people in it that's corrupted. But at the end of the day, bro, it's the private companies that's really the real threat. Right. Because when you sign up for Instagram, if you make a new Instagram account right now or a new Facebook account, whatever, if you look at the fine print, bro, it says that they're liable to share your information with third-party companies. You don't know who those companies are. They don't tell you who they are. But third-party can mean private, anything, bro. You know what I mean? So that's the real threat as far as your information. Like if you're worried about your information being out there, you know what I mean? If you're okay with your information being out there, you live your life.
And then we all fuck because we all signed that contract.
And it's like you can't use it unless you sign the contract. So
nobody reads that shit.
Nobody reads it.
Accept. Legit. All right, accept.
Yeah, scroll down. Accept.
It's like when Apple sends you shit. Oh, we updated the terms. You're not reading 52 pages of Apple shit.
And they know that. They know nobody's gonna read it. That's why they make it like that. That's why they make it so tiny, and that's why they make it so long, because they know nobody's gonna read it. There's really only a few things that
this
they
is a mind. What I always say, this is a fucking mind manipulated society, son.
That's all it is, bro. That's why
this shit is crazy.
You know what I mean?
I got another question for you. Speaking of short term, like people with short attention spans, as a creator, does it affect how you work?
I mean, if I'm sharing something, it does affect how I work. Really, because now I always think about how am I going to share this content when I'm creating it. You know what I mean? Especially with music videos, right? What is going to look good? What's going to catch attention? You know what I mean? So when I'm directing the music video or I'm creating a treatment, bro, I always think about people's attention spans. Because I don't know. I mean, you remember what Patrick taught us in school. He's like, we're as filmmakers, our job is to make people think and feel. You get what I'm saying? So it's really manipulation. It's not manipulation, but it's mental. It's mind games at the end of the day, bro. You know what I mean? So that shit does affect how I work. Because now if I want to post a little snippet of a music video, I got to pick the best 15 seconds or the best 60 seconds. I might just do a video that's only 60 seconds, you know what I mean, for my Instagram, like a behind the scenes video. Or I might just make something edit for 15 seconds on my Instagram story. You know what I mean? So yeah, it does affect me a lot. Because that's the most used platforms. And now a lot of platforms are adopting that format. Facebook has that now. You know what I mean? So.
And imagine all the famous people, and not the famous people that has talent. Now they got this. Okay, back in the 90s or 80s or whatever, going back, you got motherfuckers who hustle their way to be into the game. Now, social media, Instagram.
Right, but it's still a hustle
coming up. Niggas fuck with me. It's a hustle too.
Right.
Different type of hustle. But you see certain comedians, you see certain people. It's like all of them. I could go on Instagram now, go to search. Oh, famous person, boom. Famous person, blue dot, boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. Some of them, because they got a following. And I tell the people, I used to think that the blue check is not, of course, obviously it's famous people, but the blue check is, they have a big following.
Exactly.
So therefore it's okay, well, if it was, I was saying to myself, you see that person? They ain't doing shit. What the fuck are they doing? Right. They got all these motherfuckers coming out, long neck, big eyes, doing these stupid ass dances, you know, doing all this stupid shit. Let it be back in the day in the 80s and 90s, where people had substance and people were more level-headed. Have they come with the stupidest shit that they came in from now to then? These niggas won't. I'm not trying to discredit anybody. Whatever, you get your money by any means, they won't go far. I'm being realistic.
Yeah. I mean, cause
you agree?
I do agree with that. What I will also say though is that the 90s and the 80s was more. It was harder to get your shit out.
Right.
So, and there's a lot of people. So, this is where the idea of social media being a gift and a curse comes in.
Right.
Because it may be a gift for those who may feel as though they're creative and they don't have any other outlet but social media. You could be a motherfucker living in Alabama in a small town somewhere where you have no access to no other city, but you have a smartphone and you have access to the wide web. So now you can make videos and now you're famous and now you can leave your town because of that. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, see?
So, you know what I mean? Like
back in the day, niggas couldn't do that.
Exactly. So, also aligning what you're saying, like a lot of people that create content now, man, that content may not even be viable in the 90s or the 80s.
Right.
They had their own type of rules and regulations.
Right.
But now, like, it's freeing. The social media shit is freeing, but it's also limiting at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
the same person that from Alabama, every other city, every other state, that's someone that's trying to do the same thing.
Exactly.
So you got a lot of people getting lost in this shit too.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be competitive as well.
So
it's like, yo, if this nigga or she does the same shit, I'm gonna beat her. Or if this nigga does the same shit, I'm gonna knock him off his game and try to beat to the top. Going back to the rat race shit.
I think it gives more people hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Because remember how big it was to get your shit on the radio? Now we got streaming platforms. So it was like, alright, look, SoundCloud, Spotify, shit like that. So it was like, you got more platforms now to put your shit out versus like, you had to go to your local radio station trying to get it out there.
That's still very real though. I didn't realize that the radio show was still real until I was on tour. I told you I was on tour recently.
Right.
And
let them know.
I mean, I was on tour recently from 8 cities from Atlanta to like Florida. There's a bunch of different cities out there. But I was on tour with a rapper named Green Light Gordon, my homie from Brownsville. He's a traveling man. You know what I mean, like.
I fuck with you because you know why? You fuck with just like you. Y'all fuck with a lot of underground niggas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fuck with a lot of
underground nigga myself.
I stopped.
Hey, I feel
now you got the big deal. Now I don't want to say it, but yeah.
No, it's not even that.
It's not even that.
Is it not? But I feel you, bro.
But I guess because they're not trying to catch what y'all.
It's not even. It's not even money. I mean, the vision is there. You'll fuck with the artists if you like them.
Depends how you feel with them and how your vibe is connected.
Well, the thing is that there's a lot of artists. There's a lot of rappers, bro, and a lot of them. I would say this, like,
a lot of them. Like,
everybody I work with, I'm thankful for everybody I work with because we have that connection and a certain level of understanding. But there's a lot of artists that try to take advantage of filmmakers,
right?
Because they don't really understand how it works, or they feel as though they don't have to pay that much. And then it's also a problem because you got some kids that's just buying equipment and doing this shit for like, pennies. You know what I mean? And
trying to lower the fucking value of the art.
Right, it's fucking the market up. It's true. Like, you got motherfuckers that's buying drones and gimbals and Ronin S and buying ill cameras from scamming, whatever they doing. And they go and they make these videos. They learn from YouTube how to do some shit. And the average motherfucker don't know what a preset is in an edit. You may not know what a preset is in Premiere. He just may see a fucking ill effect and be like, I'm gonna drop $3,000 on this. And it's fucking the market for niggas who really do this shit, like, for real, like, and went to school for it. So, it's competitive like that, and it's fucked up because it's like that, but...
Yo, for the ones that blow through social media, I would have, like, Shaky, for example, that's dude, he does his shit, yo. Right, you know, but social media are really the godlike for a lot of motherfuckers' careers right now.
Yeah, but I wanna go off track what I was originally talking about. But I was on tour, right? And I noticed that the artists, the tour was bringing these artists and playing their hit single, their upcoming single, in different radio stations in different towns. And these small towns still listen to these radio stations on streaming platforms. Like, it may be Sirius Radio in the morning, maybe listen to what they listen to. And they playing these songs, bro, in these radio shows. And it's so real because nobody won't know who you are unless they play a show on the radio. It's still like that. And I mean, it's just touching what you said. It's still very real, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a fact.
So we just going to radio station to radio station, and these motherfuckers is talking with these radio hosts. But it's just like, you know, to also go back to what you said as well, I feel as though podcasts, like what we're doing right now, I feel like this is the future, bro. You know what I mean? And why I say it's the future is because it's so accessible, and it's like you could listen to a multitude of personalities, and your podcast could be so niche. Like you can make a podcast about anything, bro. You know what I mean? You could literally name your podcast about the way zebras have stripes, and you would have a fan base because some motherfuckers are interested in that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
especially like, and you know, people they'll be like, oh, they talk about black and white type of shit, so they could just utilize that to a whole other way.
Exactly. So
you know, like for example, this is Speak Up. We talk our shit. We say how we feel. We say what we want. You know, no cut corners. We give it to you raw right then and there. You know what I mean? So that's how I say what Speak Up is, and that's how I create the platform like that. So.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. We're in a day and age where you can do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like technology is accessible, and like if I put if podcasts didn't exist, and if it wasn't for social media and shit like that, will podcasts would still be existing?
I mean,
yeah,
it would be
audio,
but we have to put in audio, but
audio.
yeah.
Well, podcasts would still exist.
But we just have to put in more we put the same type of work or
it'd be different.
It'd be completely different.
Because you would focus more on the content versus visuals with the content.
Right.
It'd be a different game.
Right.
So
it'd be
There's like how you listen to music and how you could watch music.
Right.
Shit like that.
That's crazy because I don't know if y'all familiar with MF Doom, the rapper. Right. That's one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
Like he's a genius. But I watched an interview that he had, and he was talking about how music has changed. This is why he wears a mask, because when he was growing up, you had to hear a record first. You wouldn't even know what the artist looked like. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And nowadays, motherfuckers is fucking with music off of what it look like.
Nah, I'm laughing.
You know what I mean?
I'm not. You know why I'm laughing? The mask concept. Because I remember I was watching. Remember the Code the Black interview where he was wearing his ski mask?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was funny though. But he was saying, Code the Black, he needs help. But he was saying some shit though. He still needs help. But yeah. So what you gonna leave the viewers?
I'm gonna plug in. I mean, follow me.
Throw your plugins, man.
Somebody can find you at.
Follow me on social media at Airstrider, AIRSTRIDER. You can find me on Vimeo, Strider TV, STRIDER TV. Director Strider on Instagram as well.
Yeah, man. He's a filmmaker, man. He's gonna direct big box office. We on the lookout.
One day.
My guy too. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be a DP.
Yo, DP dudes are always low key ninja type. That's how it is.
I can see you doing that too.
Yeah.
In the cut,
just be right there, just
the movie
behind the scenes type shit.
The movie would be nothing without DP though. You know what I mean? Everybody is knows the big names like Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese and all that. But they have a DP, bro. You know what I mean? Somebody that they go to shoot.
Absolutely, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? So
we all, everybody have a team. That's how
what you said. You can't be a film.
You can't be without a team. So we can't do this podcast without a team.
That's why you watch a movie. There's so many fucking names.
What, right, bro? That should be a list.
That's why majority of people, when the movie's over from the movie theaters, everybody get on
the average person gets up and leave. But
yeah,
you know what I mean?
But if you really into it, then because I saw when I went to go see Bad Boys 3, two couple, they sat down and watched the whole credits, the ending credits. I was just like, yo, they are dedicated. All the motherfuckers, they left already.
That movie wouldn't exist without all the people, man. That shit is so real, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because you gotta know who put this together, and that project was a hiatus itself. So you gotta know how that shit become where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
It's beautiful, man.
Creation is as fun. That's a fact. Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. It's your boy Stan Deezy.
Y'all what you doing?
Signing off.
There's one life, one love, so there can only be one king.